episode 71, featuring our special guest, Duo. Introduce yourself.
Mushy mushy.
Egg roll.
Morning.
Egg roll.
Egg roll.
Morning, guys. What's going on, man?
All right, and one of our esteemed founders, Mr. Jamie Butterworth.
Yo, what's going on, guys?
Hey, and we got Jay Fleming, another esteemed.
What is up, peeps? Get ready for a good show.
And the one and only, Mr. T, fools.
Hey there, fools, Mr. T in the his owl.
Word. And then Shadow Fox, pulls no punches. Let's do this.
Hey, Control Alt Delete to reboot.
Wow. Shots fired in less than 30 seconds.
Grenades launched.
And this is, of course, I Had a Good Shepherd, and this is going to be an interesting cast. First things first, let's grill our guest. He's in Japan at the moment, and he's been checking some stuff out behind the scenes. So he's going to divulge a few things within reason.
Exclusive.
Exactly. So I'm going to let Liger start.
I could start off this. Let me start off this and say this. Let's get the big whale out of the freaking room. All right. Basically, I'm here. My friend hooked me up to go into EAD to check out some stuff. I check out some games. I check out some of the prototypes for what's going on with the next console. But the thing that's the biggest thing out there is they do not say NX inside of Nintendo EAD. Basically the code right now is Famicom 7. They don't use the code name. They don't say NX. My friend was like, people outside say NX more than we say it here in Nintendo. So it's not. I'm just surprised. I was just surprised at how many people's like, outside of this building, people go crazy about it. But the thing is that the next thing I think a lot of people ask for is, and here's a shocking thing to anybody out there. Right now, there is a dev kit. Here's the problem. The dev kit, for anybody who always want to ask for the next console is coming out, it's not going to the third parties right now. It's internal. Nintendo feel that they got kind of burned by what's going on last time, and they just don't want to. They see that they're self-efficient. They're making profits. They're keeping stuff to themselves.
Wait, sir, hold on. So wait, what you're trying to say is that, like Square saying it's coming out for the NX possibly and all that stuff, they're just BSing us as usual?
Well, I can answer that question. What Square did is what a lot of people don't know what's going on over here is the Wii basically is the bigger name over the PlayStation 4. People bring up PlayStation.
Sorry.
PlayStation 4 is not synonymous over here as PlayStation 3. And that's why you still gain all these games coming out for PlayStation 3 over here. The install base over here for PlayStation 3 is dominant. No ifs, ands about that. But that's why a lot of the games coming out is still going for PlayStation 3. PlayStation 4 is not the dominant console over here when it comes to seeing all the advertisement and everything else. People don't want it. People are not really going to buy it. So what Square is thinking of when I went to because I went to Square Enix and also went to Namco Bandai, what it was doing was setting up saying they don't have the dev kit. They were just saying that they see that that Nintendo's take back over, live over in Japan, so they're saying okay, let's just say what they did, but they don't have the dev kit. They just said it just for at that time, and also when they announced it in Japanese, they said might. They never said it was confirmed, was gonna be whatever. They said might, magical word. But people blew it out of conscience.
So wait, you're saying that people are reporting things incorrectly due to possible bad translation? Hashtag Gamergate. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what it was. Nintendo's basically doing everything. Their dev kit is the pre-dev kit where they're getting the OS system and everything straightened out. Right now they're at the point of doing the finalization. As we talked just a little bit before we went on, like Shadow Fox Infinite just said, they're going through trying to get everything all the patents straight for the future. I don't know if they're going to use no disk drive, all that stuff. But one thing is, a lot of people patent troll Nintendo a lot. But one thing Nintendo do, which I do love, is they go balls deep and make you pay for when you try to troll them.
You heard it first.
Is that a technical term, balls deep?
But you never seen them back down. I think you guys have seen it. Every time people try to troll them and try to pat and troll them, they always go after them. They don't say, okay, let's settle out of court. They don't do that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so they're trying to do it. So again, because the patent problem is not as big over here as in America, which is the biggest market. So yeah, and that's one thing they're doing. So they're trying to shore that up. One and two, they are still going to the last finalization of getting all the components together. So if I have to tell honest truth, I doubt they'll do this. I think they won't do this, but if they could ramp up production for next year to do something release, they can. I can't say that it can't happen, but that's not their MO from the last couple of times I've seen things. So right now they're going to the final stages of putting stuff together. Like I said, the dev kit right now is internal. It's not external. They're already going to start working on Mario 3D, the new Mario 3D. I don't know what the name is. I didn't get a chance to mess with Tezia's team to ask them that. I did get to mess with Mario Maker, which was one of the longest games they've been in developing. They started that game in 2009.
Oh, I believe that was a Wii title. I definitely believe that.
The reason why, because the coding for that game is crazy. To get the Mario Maker that's coming out.
Oh yeah.
The coding for that game is too crazy because to switch instantly from all 4 palettes, because they have to code everything to think what you're gonna do as the creator.
Can you imagine what Mario Maker would have moved on Wii?
Oh yeah, a lot.
It would have, but it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work perfectly because
Yeah,
I've messed with the
if they can
gamepad.
get it to work.
Yeah.
Hypothetically.
Got you. Yeah, it would. But the gamepad made that thing just.
Well,
yeah. But they started in 2009. They wanted to see what everything was going on, and they like I said, they try to get all the coding for all the physics from all 4 palettes and everything. And like I said, and this right here, basically, the way of thinking with Mario Maker, they're saying that 2D Mario games are going to come, because it's going to still happen. They're not stopping it. What it is what everybody's going to do when they get Mario Maker, they're going to make their crazy-ass levels, the trolling levels, their hard levels, but they're not going to make levels that made Nintendo what it is to this day.
Yep. There's a certain finesse that they use, and people tend to underestimate it.
Yeah.
You'll be able to tell the difference between how Nintendo does it and how some fan would do it.
Yeah, so they're not worried about not doing any more 2Ds in the future. It's still gonna happen, but that's a question I think a lot of person asked me about. And I was like, yeah, they're still gonna do 2D. They don't see it as a 2D ender. Now I've said, hey, I've told some people, like I said, I'm just a regular guy who owns a little company. So I say, hey, calm down on the new Super Mario Brothers though. That needs to slow down on that. Try something different with the 2D version.
Give us Mario 3D Maker. So.
That the coding for that.
That's gonna be insane, dude.
Insane.
That's gonna take them at least 5 to 10 plus years.
That would take some time.
Yeah, the physics to go through 3D, so you don't fall through walls and clip through walls and all. Yeah. So that one, Mario Maker, and like I said, you ain't gotta buy day one, but I'm telling you right now, it's a game that you will enjoy for a long time, cause it's just so full of stuff, and I see why they locked the stuff 9 days, cause there's so many mechanics in that game.
Hey, so one question real quick before you started. Anderson the Killer put something in the chat, and he said, "Is this legitimate? Should we be giving this info right now?"
But what? I'm not giving nothing that's breaking.
Yeah, it should be like kind of general, right?
It's general, yeah.
Yeah, he's okay to be
Tell
sharing
us
this
that.
info.
Sorry.
Yeah.
There'll be less NS talk now. There's only going to be more of it. The more the info, is released or whatever.
The only people who knows about the NX are still at the boardroom and the top shareholders. I'm sorry, nobody below that knows that. They're working on.
That third parties know, and I don't think they've shared enough information with them yet.
Why would they do that? Would be stupid.
Nintendo. Yeah. Look. Here's something that blew my mind that I found out. When Nintendo gave EA, Ubisoft, for those guys the dev kit 2 years before the Wii U came out, they gave them the dev kit to start any games. EA had 5 games plus Madden to come out on the Wii U and to do 5 games. One of the games was to go back to the whole EA big thing with the whole snowboard and everything, like SS Tricky, and they were going back to that thing. The problem was they were waiting for Microsoft to use the glass, but when Microsoft dropped the glass, they dropped the games. So the publishers, the devs had great ideas. The publishers cut it out, and they were like, "Well, we're gonna have this niche game for this niche platform. We can't do it with Microsoft Glass because that's what Microsoft was pimping at first. And when they said they put it at the back burner, EA dropped it.
Classic EA.
Ubisoft, and that was definitely
EA and
the thing with
Ubisoft
them.
are a bunch of.
They dropped 6 games really, but they dropped 6 games from coming out, and they were good game. And I'm a person who would love EA Big to come back. But
I'm one
A
of them.
lot of people would love EA.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
Yeah.
but they stopped. But there you go. There was
That was a business.
That was the idea that was happening. There was devs that had good ideas to come out, and that's what happened. They backed out of the deal. And after Microsoft said they're not going to support put the glass as a feature, like a forefront feature, they said, yeah, why are we going to put it to the niche? So that's that. With that kind of burn, it tends like, okay, we cleared the way, we did this, we do that with you. I mean, this is right. I'm going to say it now. It's just an extent of how to feel. If you walk to the office and you mention like some of the third parties in America and stuff, they have a feeling of F them. They just don't care.
Wow.
I'm not lying. They just like, I don't care, forget them. But they are working with a lot of the indie guys very well. And if you see anybody like come up, like the only like I said, a third party in a way that would that's working Nintendo very well, that's based in America, is Way Forward. They will get some good stuff going on.
I mean, they're trying to groom those guys because they know that they're going to be the future third parties. And if you
Pretty much.
And I think Nintendo looks at the current third parties that they've worked with traditionally, and a lot of those relationships are just too strained beyond repair. And they're like, all right, well, we got to make sure we get these new guys who are coming in making games and get them on board with us right now for the future. So, I mean, that's what it looks like to me. That they're doing.
No. I mean, I could see that in the way how they were talking about it. But like I said, we'll see what happens in the future. We don't know. I mean, I can't go that far to think about it. But they are grooming. Nintendo is reaching out to a lot of the third-party little devs and say, hey, I give you a hand here, I give you a hand here, and they're the ones that I guarantee you, if they would get the dev kit before any major, unless it's a major third-party that's helped them, like Koei Tecmo or Platinum Games or something like that. That helped them out.
I'm having problems because to me, Nintendo should have bought Ubisoft Montreal. They should have bought Tiburon. They should have bought God, I can't think of the name of it. They should have bought Activision Europe because they were making perfect versions of the third-party games they needed back in the GameCube days, and all they had to do was keep those studios busy in making their stuff, because now like Tiburon, they're responsible for the mainline Madden stuff now, and they were Nintendo only at one point. They were just the Nintendo port guys back in the fifth generation, and now they're the big kahunas or whatever. So now they don't have time to do that kind of stuff anymore because they're dealing with 2-3 platforms and PC basically as the build platform, if you will, because they take that and port down to whatever they can.
Well, how could Nintendo have bought them? They're part of another company.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I would say
at the time they were independent. Like Ubisoft Montreal was owned, but
it was independent.
Yeah,
Okay, so that I wasn't aware of. Okay.
Yeah. Montreal, I know, was when I worked with Ubisoft, yes, Montreal was independent. At the time, to even go to what you just said, Shadow, I can't say because I don't know the circumstances at that time to say they could have buy them or not. Like right now, one of the reasons, and I said it before, I think remember when Jay asked me this question, like last year when everybody was saying, why don't they buy Atlas? Why don't they buy Atlas? Why don't they buy Platinum Games and stuff like
Platinum
that.
Games.
Capcom.
Yeah. Capcom.
No,
They
leave
won't take
Capcom alone.
Capcom. They
Don't
won't.
want
Platinum has too much baggage.
They got a lot of exactly, Chef.
It's like them buying Sega right now.
Or
Sony.
Sega has a lot of debt.
But I heard there's a way to purchase certain IPs. Like it's like an asset purchase, but they're like heavily taxed or something like that.
Here's.
Well, anyway, sorry.
No, okay. I was gonna say they're gonna buy the IPs, but some of these guys know the IPs are iconic, and even though they're sitting on them, they know it still makes money.
Somebody's gonna have to make the game too.
Yeah.
You have to have the resources to make that game.
But to answer a question that you guys just brought up, Platinum Games is still looking to still be acquired by Nintendo.
Yeah.
And
They are?
yeah,
They love Nintendo, from what I heard.
yeah.
I think it's a perfect time to grab them. They obviously want a partnership like that. They want a bigger company.
They want to be
take
like
them
they
on.
want
Think
to.
about their talent being backed up with that treasure chest.
Right.
That war chest, sorry.
Because their games are great. You know, there's no problem there. They just can't. For some reason, they just don't sell. And to have that kind of a backing, they'll finally start selling the way they should be.
True. Here's something about Platinum, which a lot of people but the Platinum is not as big as a lot of people think they are. They're a small studio, 1 and 2, and the sad part about it is they're almost like just think of them as an indie. They're talented people. They're like Way Forward, but they don't have the capital to go and get some of this stuff because all the IPs, they barely own any of the IPs. Sega owns Vanquish, Bayonetta, the Mad World, the other one that came off Anarchy, whatever. Capcom owns Okami. They don't own all the IPs. They just work on them. Transformers coming out, that's Activision doing the license to Hasbro.
Yeah, that's just
Wonderful 101 is not Nintendo's IP.
That Wonderful 101 is a Nintendo IP, Mr. T, yes. And that's
they're paying the bills too, though. That's Platinum trying to get some checks in.
Yeah, I mean the thing I love about them, and obviously they don't keep their IPs, but the way they do it, like you said, they're a small company, so the way they do it, they at least get their games made. They're at least finding ways to get these games made, even if they don't retain the rights to the IPs.
Well, that's because somebody asked me a question if they're working on Bayonetta 3. They would love to, but again, that's up to Sega.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's not up to Nintendo.
That's Sega?
Yeah,
Sega owns the
Up
IP.
to Sega, yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's a big old Sega logo at the end of Bayonetta too.
Yeah, he's right.
Sega owns Vanquish, owns Mad World, they own all those IPs. And they're not selling them. Let me put it to say if anybody asks that question, they're not selling them.
Yeah. They're giving lip service over at
That's
Sega.
the only way they can make. That's the only way they can make money right now.
Bingo.
Is to hold on to them IPs.
So that's what they're doing right now. So yeah, I mean, and then I also got a question. A question asked. Somebody asked me. I'll just put it out here. It's like people are saying, oh, because I got this in Star Fox. People was like, oh, what will Platinum Games do towards Star Fox and show this stuff? One of them was asking me, what about the big bosses and stuff like? Not really. Star Fox has been doing big bosses in 3D before any other games really was. So their influence are not. What Platinum Games is doing to Star Fox Zero is more of the coding and just keeping it running at. They're talented of coding and keeping game running, streamlining it. That's what Platinum Games is really good at. Hideki and everybody else who are the top developers, whatever, they come up with the ideas for the game like a Bayonetta and they sell the IP, of course. But Platinum Games is kind of like the workhorse, a workhorse company. That's why they tend to hire them. Miyamoto and Taz and all those guys make sure they have the bosses and everything and what they want to do. But they came back and did the background work.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Okay.
That's what it is. That's like right now, Scalebound, they're doing the background work. Hideki came up with the idea. He sold it to Microsoft. And now they're doing the background work. Hopefully it sells on the Microsoft platform. Then they could get, because Microsoft say, hey, we're going to get our next, Scalebound 2, whatever. And it's a pretty looking game. I got to see that too when I was at Platinum Games. Scalebound is a really good game. I would say that will make me read one of the games that I might go to an Xbox. That looks
only problem
awesome.
is it looks really great. I would just hope the gameplay keeps up with the visuals.
The game, well, the stage they let me see and stuff. I didn't play the game. The stage they let me see, it looks fluid. It keeps good. The whole Trainer Dragon and Devil May Cry mix. That's the best way I could describe it.
Yeah, that's the thing
that sounds about right.
The gameplay, I'm not worried about with Platinum. That's not.
Well, yeah. I mean,
it's just the. some of the aesthetics, like the main character. I'm with Terminator Juice on that, where the main character is kind of annoying, the cocky kind of young kid.
Well,
To me,
that's what I said. It came from the DMC. That's who
yeah,
that
definitely
character's-
correct. The new one.
The new one. That's
Yeah,
where his
DMC.
cockiness came from. That's what he said it himself. So
Yeah, I mean it's
yeah.
obvious. You look at him.
Yeah. Our next thing I could say that's a game that also is pretty good. I got to play and I know people got it the beta. I got to play Final Fantasy 15, and I think they got it right this time. To me, from my point of view, they got it right. The gameplay looks good. The battle system is 1-to-1. I like that system compared to when I played Xenoblade, but they look like they got it right. I didn't see no big story plots, nothing where they let me play, so it was pretty good with Square. And Dragon Quest also is looking like they're gaining stuff to get on that.
I have one question about that though. Does
What?
it look far enough that we might actually get the game in 2016?
I can't tell what build they showed me.
Mm,
I can't tell what build they
Because
get
when
me
it-
to touch.
When it
I'd
comes
be
to
highly
Final
surprised.
Fantasy and these other games, they're getting worse with the delays. So I was just curious.
Nah, I can't. They didn't tell me. They're striving for the end of 2016. I don't know. I can't.
yeah.
That's what it
Like
said.
you
No,
said,
Yeah, I believe you.
That's
I
what
mean,
it said.
I believe you.
That's the words out of the mouth.
Well, at least that's honest. I'll take that. I'll
Oh, yeah,
take
that's-
that. I got other games to play anyway.
I wasn't expecting it next year anyway. So, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
honestly, we have so much games to play. I'll wait.
yeah.
Let them do it right. I don't want an incomplete game. I'll wait.
Got you. Let me see what else I could put up because like I said, I'm trying to scale it down since this is an hour.
Well, it doesn't have to be
Got into
strictly an
Namco
hour. I'm just
Bandai.
leaving it an hour. Sorry.
No, I got you. Okay. I'm just trying to, but I still want, if you want to say something, ask a question. Got to go to Namco Bandai as well, too. My game, of course, is Project X Zone 2. I can't wait for that to come out. That thing is, the new battle system is going back to the old style of, what's the game again? Frontier, which I like that. Lost Reeves, it plays good. I can say it's basically Tomb Raider cross God and Legends.
Wait, who's making this game? Say it again.
Namco Bandai.
Oh, the Namco Bandai game. The Precious Treasure.
Lost Reavers.
The Lost Reavers, yes,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
one, yeah. It plays good. It's fluent. It depends a lot on the net coding to do it, and we'll see how that works out. Because some people could hack some people are good with net coding for the Wii U. Some are not. It is what it is. But it plays good. It's like I said, if you want a Gauntlet Legend, Tomb Raider style of game, and co-op stuff like that, it's all right. It's not a bad game. It's just one of those games that if it perks your interest, perk your interest. What else I could say that I think pops out of me that I got? This will be a little confrontational. I got to see I got to see Zelda, and this looks awesome. The game is awesome. It looks good. I had no problems with it. As to saying that, because a lot of people was asking about when I was back in America when they had was it everybody was asking for the direct feed because they couldn't see if the graphics whatever the graphic is good. Here's the thing: they had two people that two of the artists from Okami to help do some of the designs for the. So basically, it's like Okami meeting Wind Waker, and they meld that design together for that palette, and it looks good. It looks awesome. I like the way it looks when they show me.
We got a direct feed though at the E3 revealing, didn't we?
Yeah.
That
Not
I mean,
it was like off TV.
I mean, obviously,
Yeah, but
Al Newman was slapped in front of it for a little while, and then but you did get the chase, and that was all full screen from what I remember. Direct feed.
Okay, yeah, that you're right on that. I'm talking about like somebody playing it in front of me. And
Okay,
seeing it.
gotcha.
Yeah, not a trailer.
Right, gotcha.
Yeah, somebody playing in front of me, and you like, oh, that looks wow, and wow.
A lot of people want to know, did it look as good as that 2011 demo.
No, it looks way better.
That's
The
what
2011 demo was like, hey, Unreal Engine 3 runs on it.
right.
That's basically what it was.
Yeah, it looks better in my opinion. I guess everybody has their own preference, so I can't argue to that point. But
it looks alive. It looks vibrant.
It looks vibrant. And I have a question
for you after that. Go ahead.
I will say this, which is something I said on my channel, and it's sad. This part like hurts me because the game could have come out. They are going over to they are doing a lot of stuff right now to make sure all the corners are straight, to do some so they could add more side quests and do randomizations in it, so it don't feel as everybody's bitched about when it came out about it don't look lived in. It's a big land, blah blah blah.
They're saying it's dead space, blah blah blah. I'm like, no, you should a quick run through. You know darn well they're gonna have more than that.
But in other words, if it's
actually no, they don't know darn well. That's why they said that. Sorry.
They do. They just talk. Right.
If I have to tell, if it's a bad word to say this, but it is, they're fluffing up the game, so they don't look.
They're adding more meat to it. That's all.
Meat, fluffing. What's going on here now?
I say.
What kind of discussion is this development?
This is Gamers at Large at dark now.
Yeah, so but it looks good. They have some there's some stuff I really can't divulge because it showed some. They have some reworking of some of the items, which is the way I saw it is gonna be. You're gonna blow some real Zelda guys' minds. I did ask one question before I let you. I did ask one question because since I'm a Zelda fan too, asked them and they didn't give me an answer for it. So can you guys find some way to put that beetle back in the game? I love that from Skyward Sword. I love that. Can you any way you can put that back in the game? And say,
well, it looks like they're using a lot of kind of what do you call it? Designs from Skyward Sword, like some of that technology stuff that seems that seemed out of place until Skyward Sword came and it all kind of fit the Zelda world.
Yeah, it is. And so it, like I said, they didn't give me an answer on that one.
That arrow though.
The arrow has some interesting stuff, and I'll leave that for when you guys play.
Okay.
Or after cast or something. I don't know. But that's pretty cool. Next thing that I saw there that was also awesome, and I wish. Here's the thing. I have a couple. I could have since I was tagging on my friend to bring me in to Nintendo. I couldn't. I wish I could take. I got some pictures, but not all pictures. I wanted to take a picture of a plaque, and right beside that plaque, which is cool, was also a saying from the quote from the late Iwata-san about the whole business card and gaming stuff.
I love that. That is one of the coolest damn quotes.
Yeah, and it's right there, but the plaque beside it is the plaque that I stated and I told people about. They say families first. That's when they make their games. And I wanted to take a...
Yeah, their first system was called the Family Computer for a reason.
Well, that's why the code name right now is called Famicom 7 for the next console. They don't say, again, for anybody who just joined in, they don't say NX over there. For some reason, as people ask for it, they don't say it. But yeah, that's what they have. They have a big plaque that says families first, and then around lunchtime when we went down there, they had tours for little kids and everything to go in and play Mario Maker and Splatoon. It was awesome to see these kids' face light up to play these new games.
Well, that's why they're doomed, because they won't get up with the times,
See, that place has been full of 32-year-olds and 28-years-olds.
Exactly.
Years old holding a beer.
With scruffy beards and bald heads.
There you go.
Getting with the time requires making a console do stuff that a PC could do 5 years ago. That's getting...
I wasn't gonna go that far, but yeah.
And it begins.
Tech shots fired. Tech shots
I know.
fired.
One of the quotes.
Those features.
I didn't, like I said, I didn't get into they didn't devote none of the features in the next console, so I can't answer that question. Anybody asked for it, because that's just them. So
personally, I could care less. It'll come out and we'll find out. I'm more interested in, do they have any RPG? You don't have to tell us details, but is there an RPG in the works besides Xenoblade?
Monolith stuff is already working on a next project. I don't. I mean, they basically is RPG, so I would think yes.
And Monosoft making it's going to be an RPG.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not.
because the
like,
Wii U is a great
Yeah, I already
console,
said
but we
that
need more
publicly.
RPGs on it.
I think they already said that publicly anyway. They've already committed and they have another project. I thought they said that.
But the project they're working on Project X Zone 2 with Namco. 'Cause that's their battle system.
Okay.
So that's one of the games they're working right now to push out as well too. But they are working on a next home console style game. I just don't know what it is because they already done. If you go to when you go to EAD and then you see those guys, they have some Monolith guys there, and they already done. You've seen game designs and concept and everything already started.
Okay.
So.
Because that's my thing. People, when I say I love RPGs, is I get the other systems. I'm like, yeah, I will. But the problem is this: that that Wii U gamepad advantage is real. If you love RPGs, if you love games that use big menus and stuff, if you like card games, anything along those lines, that gamepad is boss. Nothing touches it.
Yeah.
I'm still on the daggone the John Riccatello joint. Like any game without a HUD. I'm still on that too.
Exactly. You can play any game without a HUD, so you ain't got nothing blocking your view. You just go at it, take a quick glance at your tablet, keep it moving.
We heard that we got super hyped. I mean, none of it came to fruition, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Most of it had.
It was on like 2 or 3 games that really, like what was it? Zombie U, pieces of Ninja Gaiden 3.
Yeah, Darksiders 2, though. I love Darksiders 2 on the Wii U.
I would imagine Xenoblade is going to do it to some extent, but
yeah, I mean, there's going to be obviously there's still going to be your arts and all that stuff on the bottom screen. I think from what I remember looking at the game.
No, it's there because I played it because I have the when I'm back in the States, I bought a Japanese V, blah blah blah, whatever. I put up my gameplay on my channel about it. But yeah, they still have stuff on there. But the gamepad is awesome in Xenoblade. I can tell you that, and that's for me not even. That's me playing it back in April when it came out in Japan.
Yeah.
So the only thing I don't like about it, the map is massive.
Yeah.
And you could do a lot of stuff with it. The only thing I said I didn't like about it, which they ridiculed it a little bit, and I said it in my video, is that I don't like the battle system. That's just me. That's me. I don't like I like one-to-one system. Tails and what Final Fantasy is doing. I like that when you have a reaction.
So you have
I hate getting hit. But
action RPG basically. You prefer
well,
action
I mean,
RPG model.
Well, if you see people fighting on the screen, I like to, and I'm controlling the fight, and I just like to fight.
Yeah, I mean, if you just watch gameplay of Xenoblade Chronicles, it can be, for lack of a better word, deceptive of how it plays, because that's what I try to tell people, like that it's not, it's not one-to-one basically. It's kind of you set up your your moves, you set up your ability or whatever, and it kind of automatically does it. And it's weird because it's almost turn-based, but it's not because you're moving in real time.
Well,
your battles, your arts and
But the part I don't like about it is like once the enemy locks onto you, and if you try to run away from the enemy, even if they do a melee attack which is nowhere close to you, you still get hit. I don't like that. I don't like that.
Like that footage of where the guy, one of the monsters launched a rock at you
no, that's
in the way.
No, but that's different. He launched a rock. But that's a rock. He threw a rock at the person you started to hit. But if he swings a punch and you're that far away and he locks onto you still, I don't like that.
That can be a little weird to some people.
Annoying.
Hey,
yo.
Got a question for you.
Go ahead.
Anderson Arkilla asked, did you get any hands-on time with Metroid Prime Federation Force?
No, I didn't. The only 3DS game, dang it, game that I messed with was Triforce Heroes.
Triforce Heroes. All right.
Yeah.
And does Triforce Heroes have voice chat?
Oh, shit.
I got a question for you. It's a question for the ages.
Yeah.
The controller.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Good question.
Are you allowed to divulge that?
No, I am not. No, I don't know what the controller is. The prototype was just the console itself.
That's
One.
probably super under wraps.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, yeah. But what I've seen though, it felt weird in my hand. They do have a prototype, and now what I could say because you see the video and I mess with it. They do have a thin version of the gamepad.
So is that the one that was in
If
the
I
do
can't
have
use my
that.
gamepad, I'm be upset.
It feels lighter and it just feels a little off.
Is that the one that was in that Wii U Mario Kart commercial?
Yeah. They have that. Which I mean, this is me. This is me. Just future thinking. This is not a guarantee, people. I'm thinking that that's what a backwards capability could come in for the next console that's gonna come out. So so people would still get that, and then maybe we get 2 game pads to play, less cheaper and all that stuff.
But is the
The
screen
possibilities.
is the resolution on the screen 4K?
No. No.
Because that's not future proofing your console.
You know whatever. You know what,
Because
man.
clearly you want 4K on a 6-inch screen. Clearly.
No, it's not 4K. And you know what I meant by that, Mr. T.
1080p is not unreasonable. 1080p on the gamepad.
Well, no, but the reason I said about future proofing, maybe I said it the wrong way, is just that because all consoles has dropped. That's one of my arguments on my channel. I don't care what anybody says. Every console has a drop because of preference. So, with that said, they're trying to, if people who miss out these awesome games in the Wii U can still buy them and play them.
Right.
With that console. That's what I'm saying by keeping that drought level to a point. Because again, they're going to the next console of we're doing this by ourselves and with people who want to work with us.
Yeah, because I think
at this point,
Wii U, the console sales are obviously not great, being nice, but the games sell pretty good, and for them to just like cut that off from the next console would be kind of stupid.
Well, you know what, and the thing they look at it, and I've pointed this out, and even if without me being over here saying this, you could go to IR page and stuff. The Wii U game, the Wii U console is not selling major as anybody else, but their software is untouchable, and that's where they make all their money. And here's the thing that I think the last Game is Launch came up with this. I think you and Jay, Chip, and Andre. They licensed the Amiibo thing. They license out the Amiibo so they're making money off of that. So Shovel Knights, they give Shovel Knights easy for those guys because they did it with the platform. But if anybody wants to act like Activision or Ubisoft or whatever, they have to go to Nintendo and they're gonna get money off of that. And the thing that the thing that is funny that I never see got reported is that people argue and bitched about that the Amiibos are not coming out, which is understandable. I'm not defending it. I'm just saying they're not coming out fast enough for other people. But nobody ever talked about how much millions of dollars Activision and Disney Infinity is losing on those same figures. Because after 3 months of the initial comes out
from a retail standpoint, because you got to move the units out.
Yeah, but you, as a company, you paying for that space, and they make.
Here's the thing, though. Every time I go to Walmart or Target, I see Mario, Luigi, maybe. Nah, I don't even see Luigi. Let me stop that. I see Mario, I see Peach, and I see Princess Zelda in an empty-ass wall.
Don't forget Yoshi.
That's it. I mean, so they ain't written down too much space.
See an occasional link.
A link occasionally, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying that. I'm just pointing out again that nobody ever heard the flip side of that. They always hear the other side of why they don't do this, why they don't do that, why they do this.
Skylanders too, like Skylanders, they hurting too.
Well, like I said, Activision, yeah.
If you go into any place, you'll see a wall full of Disney Infinity and Skylander stuff that ain't been bought.
And that's what people don't realize. They're like, oh, they're always stocked.
Amiibo came out. Amiibo basically took it away.
Yeah, and that's what people think. Oh, they're like, oh, they ain't stocking everything up. I'm like, that's because they don't need. It's sold out. And what you see stocked?
They cannibalize their own stuff, man. Like the World of Nintendo stuff. Like nobody buys that anymore. It's all Amiibo.
Yeah, you gotta buy all those figurines that they used to sell in World of Nintendo.
No more.
Like they used to because of Amiibo.
Answer to your question, Mr. T, which you posted when I was back in St. Thomas at that time. we talked about it. I am gonna go to Nintendo America Wednesday and up in Reddington and check some of their stuff out. I'll ask them the question there.
Don't get kicked out, but ask them what's up with that.
But to half your question is it looks like I was and you were talking about the whole buy it and people pre-buy it and any game that come over here to go to America I should say.
Yeah.
They will buy it, and they were saying that a lot of times they have models of it failing, so they're going off of business analysts. I mean, I could say something different, and I know for sure you could say something different. From we want these games, we want this exclusive, we want this and that, but many times the business model goes against it, and Nintendo's still a company, so.
Yeah, and it's funny because every time I'll bring that up, oh man, Europe is getting this and getting that. My brethren from across the pond, be like, well, you guys get this and this and that. Well, I'm like, I'm with you. I don't think
need more balance. Period.
I want you guys to have that stuff too, but I just want this is the biggest market for Nintendo.
And that's what when I get to that, I'll ask them that same question. That's what I'm saying. To give a full answer will be later on. For the Japanese side, they accolade all the money over to what it is, and each of them has their own budgets. Mm-hmm. But of course, I think me and you did in the chat, Nintendo America has the biggest downfall if something flops. They lose the biggest amount of money.
The most, no doubt. Well,
because of the exchange rate.
But it's a special edition. I mean, you don't have to make 10 million copies. You have to just. It's a special edition. Nobody's going to expect everybody to be able to get one.
Well, no, and it goes to what
they're going to at least sell through that first initial stock of this special.
Yeah, and this is what I'm going to say to answer what you just said for now is that yes, they could make a short run. And it's gonna sell, and you know what you're gonna hear people say, "Oh, Nintendo made a short run."
At least it's bingo. But at least people are complaining now. So complaining is not complaining should not be your barrier.
That's not their thing. It's a business model thing. That's what their thing. I was just saying from our perspective as being just outside gamers seeing it. From their point, it's business. It's not. Sometimes, like I said it many times before. If something don't sound right or something just is weird, it's all about money. It always comes back to money.
Remember that they didn't release the small new 3DS here, and quietly they're doing that this holiday because they're putting in the Animal Crossing festival. What is it?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Festival,
Home Designer.
The Home Designer, right? They're putting that new model, the one that we didn't get. They're putting it out here in a bundle. I'm not sure they're going to release
because they know Animal Crossing people buy DS. Right.
So they're just, they do it. They just do it in a sometimes to us a weird way.
You know what? I try to keep it clean on our main channel, but it's ass backwards. I'm sorry.
It is ass backwards.
It is. Like I said, but again, but explain exactly what I just said. If it don't make sense, it's always about money some way that you don't.
Yeah, if it don't make sense,
of course.
Yeah.
It don't make dollars. It don't make sense.
Yeah. So that one is So that I'll ask that question when I get over there. Hopefully I can get to meet Reggie Fils-Aimé and stuff. I would love to meet the originator. The only person I got to meet was Kono, which is a guy for Mario Kart, he's a cool dude.
You know what you should do? You should tell Reggie if I beat you in Smash Brothers, then you have to make this stuff happen. Then it's a lock. It's a lock.
Exactly. Smash, you gotta start releasing more special editions here.
He's never gonna put that down.
No, stupid as hell. Nah, but let me see anything else that popped up that was pretty cool. Also was that dang it. Because when I came back, I wrote so much stuff, and it's just going through my mind trying to pull these stuff out. But dang it, Platinum. Okay, going back to what you guys were saying, like I said, they want to buy them, and they want to get underneath Nintendo's umbrella. Though, like I said, the only reason they didn't take them last year is because of everybody in the game industry that was big was consolidating. Everyone. EA, Activision, everybody, because the debt ratio went up because of what's going on, and right now also over here the debt ratio is mad crazy for some of these Capcom, Square, I said, I told people already, if you guys don't buy Final Fantasy 15, I don't mean buy, I'm talking about like 8-9 million, that will be your last game.
Yeah. Like I said, like I remember when the
Good, so
platinum was
Nintendo
up.
could buy them.
The platinum was up for sale. I remember like people saying that, and I was kind of like saying, it's a business thing. They feel like they can get those they can get those Atlas games without having to buy them, and
Well, remember Nintendo when the half market came for the year, Nintendo basically dropped the operation costs. They cut it back.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it was a business thing, but
yeah.
it would be great. I mean, a lot of the problems as far as being able to get certain types of games would go away if they had Atlas and if they had Platinum in their wheelhouse,
And Way Forward too.
And Way Forward, yeah.
Because I asked a question, they didn't give me a no, they didn't give me a yes, because I asked them, are you still working? Way Forward still have the contract to do that Metroid game? They didn't give me an answer because they were. Way Forward was contracted to do a 2D Metroid game.
Yeah.
I wonder what happened with Factor 5 and the Kid Icarus. Because obviously that went back to Namco.
Factor 5 did?
Factor 5 had a demo for Kid Icarus working.
Oh, that would have been brilliant.
Mm-hmm. Y'all gotta explain something to me now. Who's Factor 5 now? Because the main core never been there. I never heard of, like I said, Julius Egbert, when he disbanded it, he disbanded it.
He moved to California, and the company still exists in the United States, but it no longer exists in Germany.
No, I know that, but like I said, he got his own studio now, and I don't know who Factor 5 is. Yeah. All the people who was there, just like with Rare, they gone.
You're not gonna get the same kind of I don't think you get the same technical wizardry you got from the original Factor 5 guys.
Okay. Now I've seen
Engel is gone.
I've seen you brought it up, Shadow. That's why it's because I have like Factor 5. Where these people? Cause I know Julie Egbert's gone, Morton's gone. All these guys who started this stuff, they're not there no more, and they got their own studio now. So I just wanted to know.
Yeah, Factor 5 is one of those companies where it's not about their IPs; it's about what they do.
Well, what doomed Factor 5, and Julius Egbert said it himself, what doomed them was working on two games. The
PS3
Star Wars
game Lair.
Lair was one, and also the Star Wars game for the Xbox that went through so many licensing problems because that's when LucasArts got bought up by Disney and it was just a total mess.
Yeah.
And it just crushed them.
Yeah. And was it Rogue Squadron? Some Star Wars game we didn't get on Wii that we're working on.
They were working on a game. They're gonna use the lightsaber. It was basically kind of like the one that came out, but they didn't because the licensing keep jumping between Disney and LucasArts saying we have this and then we have that. It was like so much BS. It was like I said, they couldn't wait no more. They didn't. Nobody funded the game.
Then they should have transformed that into like some sci-fi fantasy thing with a guy with a crazy laser sword. That's what they should have did.
None of that wasn't gonna have that.
Nah, you're right. They should have. They could have done that because, like I said, look what everybody's doing now with Kenji Inafune and Iga and everybody else. They're going somewhere else with their. It's the same people, just different names for the characters. That's the sad part. And that's something that's happening over here now. That's crazy. That a lot of people right now are trying to be careful of selling out the IPs. Just like I said, how with Platinum Games, they don't own the IPs. They try to do that too because they see what's happening to Mega Man and Castlevania with Konami and all this stuff. A lot of new developers now who's trying to start their own studios over here. They're like, I'm not. It's kind of like music. I'm not giving you my masters.
Yeah.
Because you have the rights to everything, and I can't do nothing with it. Nah. That's the next thing over here. A lot of people. Go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, did they show you anything from the box or anything like that? You see any schematics or anything like with target specifications or anything like that?
No, all the stuff was I didn't touch none of it. Except for the pad. I didn't touch none. All that stuff is on the glass, as you guys would say it would be. Well, behind a glass.
That's how the Wii U was when it was before it came out too. So, and for whatever reason, it was really really hot. So I don't know.
Yeah, like I said, there was 4 prototypes. All of them had a optical drive. The only benefit I saw that, like I said, the patent, and I think all you guys talked about this, was the whole SD thing. Nintendo would buy their own manufacturer to make the SD card, and what happened is, like, over here, the GameCube. Has anybody seen like how the GameCube's box was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like how small it was, not for Japan. For Japan, not.
You mean the cases,
Japan,
the game case?
The cases, yes.
Yeah, they were small. Yeah.
They were super small, which of course, for a company like that who makes that's millions of dollars they're saving in not producing the plastic, whatever. If they want to make the packaging small.
Yeah.
So that would be a next added benefit for having the SD as a thing, to do that.
I always wonder what companies did that. Like Sega did that with the Saturn. You had those nice little CD jewel cases over there in Japan, but it came here with these they were like bigger than DVD cases.
Yeah.
The cases they had over here. It's like, why are they putting all this crap?
Well, again, what happened is every subsidiary, Sega America, just like the NOA or Europe, they have to do their own.
Yeah, well, Sega America was terrible, and that's what ruined Sega.
But they have their own budget too that was allotted from Sega, Sega Japan, that say, hey, you guys find a factory to do this. The one thing about Nintendo, which I do like, is which they do it now. Back then, they did it to a certain degree, like you just said, Mr. T. Japan did their thing here, America did their stuff right now. But they're trying to uniformly do everybody, even though their budget is whatever, they're trying to uniformly everything to move forward.
Yeah.
So the box, the only thing that's changing, of course, is the box art, but the box is basically been the same.
Yeah.
So before, back in the GameCube days, Japanese the cases was these small little things. I mean,
okay, so what you're saying is, if they do the cartridge thing, or the whatever card,
cartridge. Let's say cartridge.
It won't be cartridge, because I like cartridge. If they do that, it won't be like it won't be an SD card. It will be a standardized thing, kind of like 3DS is.
It could be
proprietary type of deal.
Yeah, but so with the technology we have now, and Shadow Fox could test to this, that you could put that much memory in that.
Oh yeah, I know that. I have a 128 gigabyte SD card, mini.
Yeah, there you go. So with the technology, yes, and right now that's what. Right, because they had a chance. When I talked to my friend, he was like, "Okay, we see that we're gonna do some stuff with the cloud, as everybody's been talking about, same thing with Microsoft." But they're like, that's still allowed it to. You need the internet. With this, you have all this space to do what you need to do to buffer out anything, load and everything that we don't need the internet to do this. And they're trying. I could see. This again. This is me assuming. I'm not gonna lie to anybody. This is me assuming that they're still trying to make it not online so significant for the next console.
Right. Because that's great for Japanese infrastructure. Their internet infrastructure is great. But when you come over here,
don't remind me. I told Shepard this. I said, man, one thing I want to bring from Japan.
They understand that if anybody should have jumped the gun and went online only, it should have been Japan. Sony and Nintendo.
Yeah.
Yeah. I tell you right now, over here, like at my branch office that I work out of, we got a gig down and 500 up.
Okay, I'm moving.
Yeah.
You could get the biggest one up here. You would get 2 gigs down and 1 gig up.
Yeah. I want 2 things from Japan. I want that infrastructure, and I want those trains. Like
the trains. Yes.
The trains are awesome because like I said, I'm staying in Tokyo and I had to go to Kyoto, and it's a 2.5 hours, maybe 2 hours and 60 minutes to get to train. About $200, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty quiet, and I'm happy. I don't go through there I didn't went down there when it was what do you call it? What do you call it back in America? Dang it. Off peak time, 5 o'clock we get off work and stuff. Holy crap, them people
rush hour,
yeah. They pack you in like sardines
and they just go, and it's just like, it's efficient though, like it's
It is, but you see the infrastructure in Japan is set up better than it would ever be in America, because the tracks over there is nowhere could be. It'll take years to set up.
And obviously, it's a smaller country; it's more compact and all that.
Yeah. I told this to Shep. I told this to Shep too. Yes, the internet is good, and it's great. the taxes over here, I don't want to pay.
Well, you know how they go. You gotta make up for it some way.
Oh, you make it up, dude. You paying basically almost $12 for just gas tax.
Well, hey, I live in Massachusetts, so taxes ain't nothing to me.
Yeah.
You ain't paying $12, Mr. T.
No, but
No, I ain't paying that.
I used to live in Boston.
We getting hurt up
It
there.
ain't cheap. It ain't cheap at all.
Yeah.
I mean, California has the biggest tax, the gas tax in the country, and you're not paying. California paying nowhere close to $12. Now, come on.
You're gonna have a water tax soon.
Dude, don't even laugh. Don't even mind.
That's not even funny. That's real business right there.
No, dude, I'm sad to say. I sad to say.
Sometimes it is funny in a sad way.
Yeah, because when I was back in St. Thomas, I was telling Shep, I'm in St. Thomas. We have a desaltation plant on a small island that's only 32 square miles. In California, with this big ocean, can't do that.
Hey, that's a really good
the
island,
thing,
though, and the water is blue.
But
that's the thing, though. That's the problem. We can do this stuff. We just have politicians in the way.
As I say, it's all about the politics.
It's all politics. We can do this stuff.
We have the technology, and technically we have the money.
We can't do it where I live because everybody has to talk to my bill. They have all the fiber under the ground since 1972, and Comcast don't want to talk to them, and Google don't want to talk to them.
That's messed up.
So,
that's messed up.
Come see AT&T. Come holler at a player, Southern Bell.
My bill.
Yeah. But I would say the internet over here. I mean, for even though you're paying the money for it, yes, but it's beneficial for it to a point. I like it. It's awesome because, like I say, a gig down, man. It's like,
that's
damn.
gorgeous.
Damn. I want to see the 2 gigs. I just want to see the 2 gigs just to see what it would be.
We don't want to bore our audience too much with all this technical politics.
Gents, I can't believe I'm the one actually reading in the conversation, but
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I didn't mean to.
It just feels weird because I'm usually the one who rambles on. But is there anything you feel like sharing that's interesting that you can allowed to share?
Anything else?
Brought up yet? You've been to a bunch of studios. You've been to the main EAD.
Yeah.
You've seen a lot of behind-the-scene things. What are you allowed to tell us that you think might be interesting to share that you haven't already?
Yeah, that I have not already. Like I said, right now, they're already working on the next Mario. I could say that. The next 3D Mario. I think I said that before, but they are working on it, and it's going to come up to the next console. They are also...
But will it be finally the sequel to Mario 64? I'm just kidding.
No, isn't it going to be Mario Galaxy 4?
People don't understand that Sunshine
they skipped
was
3.
that.
They're going straight to 4.
I know, right? They're working on. I mean, I've said this before. When you go in there, I've been in EA. I literally, it's a lot of people. I work with EA. I've been in EA. I've been at Ubisoft as well to work with them. And when you go and you've been in those offices and you see how they shut down people's ideas so randomly, it's crazy. Now, the thing that I've seen, and this is a quote I wanted to put out there too. There's also a quote with the plaque, and I think I saw a video, and I'll give it because I hear him talk about Jamie. You had a video talking about how you don't see the people not using the potential of the Wii U, right?
Sure.
Yeah. And 2 things I'll say to that. One is, it's sad. One of the games that Iwata wanted to see people have fun with was Mario Maker, because he worked on some of the coding for that too, and he wanted to see what fans could do with that game. And the next thing is, one of the plaques also underneath the plaque where he's saying the business card game, whatever, he was talking about we still need to pave the gaming forward. We need to give gamers something new, but let anybody ideas flourish on the concept. So basically, with the Wii U, I understand that people kind of don't like Nintendo, that they say, oh, only now they're using the gamepad for this and that. Their way of looking at it was, we create the console, you guys come up with your ideas, as long as it's not broken, I'm just paraphrasing here, broken or whatever, we'll sell it for you. And a lot of people came up with certain ideas, but the problem was they were cock blocked by, and I didn't mean to say it like that, but
what are the technical terms, man? Cock block.
This is a new game at large, man. Keep it moving.
They were blocked by a lot of publishers because right now, like the devs for Capcom for Monster Hunter, they're the one who pushed Capcom to get Monster Hunter for the 3DS and the Wii U at the time. It was Capcom, the publishers didn't want to do it. They forced their hand. And and they had the power to do that. Not every developer has that power though. Because again,
they're not gonna do it every time. So
quick to interrupt. Jake, can I call somebody's name out or no?
Yes, call everyone's name out.
Okay. Dr81 just posted a video saying the Nintendo should be open with NX specs. And
why would they do that?
Why?
I don't know. It's
the last time they did that was GameCube.
And we saw how that worked out.
Exactly. See, and that's the type of crap. For the record, I like Doc Trey, but this is the type of crap that's circling our community. People are talking all kinds of crap about the NX, and except for now, we learn a little bit, but not really. Come on, yo, just stop the NX talk at least for another 6 months, because wait until after
E3. They stick into that title. They stick in.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I would say they stick into what they're gonna do with E3. Nobody below, unless you game paid the super 6 figures and stuff, you ain't no. Cause like I said, I'll drop his name because like everybody knows it. Kenji, he works on this stuff. Like as anybody goes to my post, he's the one who designed that special GameCube that I got. That could play Japanese and US games.
Oh, can you bring one back for me? I need a new.
They don't exist no more, dude.
Yo, what I want is I want that Panasonic GameCube. I don't want to spend $500 on it, but I really want it.
It's got the same switch on the back.
Oh no! I just
US.
the GameCube where I could pop in a Game Boy Advance in it. That's all. The cart. That's all.
Yeah.
I'm not asking for much. I'll give you
Get a Game Boy
$5.
player. Stop being lazy.
But so he has like I said, right now all they're doing is no specs, as you said, Shadow Fox, you asked for. There's no specs on what's gonna happen. They are doing, like I said, the finalization of partnering up with everybody to say, okay, this I don't even know. I don't even want to say names because then people gonna say it's rumors. No, say Team A, Team B, Company A, Company B, Company C. Okay, we're good. We're golden. Give us 1,000 of this. Give us 1,000 of that. Blah blah blah. That's what they're doing right now. So
I mean, the only thing they need to. Well, I won't say need to, but the only thing that I think would make sense to release is maybe the architecture, like what architecture you, because we live in a scalable world now. So as long as your architecture is similar, you can scale up, scale down to make your game work.
The pre-dev kit right now that they're doing internal is still right now is basically Nintendo has not changed over to the x86 yet. That's what I saw. So right now they're still staying with the Power for right now.
The Power PC.
Bingo.
Well, Power architecture.
Power
PC is a thing of the past, but
Power.
You know what I meant.
Yeah, Power.
Did you get to see it running?
A lot of people say Power PC. Yeah. I'm like, the Power 8 processor is technically Power PC, but it's not Power PC.
Yeah, to what you just said, Shep, the coding for what they're doing, it looks just like that. It don't look like how they would do for x86. Sorry, x86. Yeah, sorry.
I'm sorry, but let me just get this out of the way. From the one person that commented with me and asked why the hell the Wii U doesn't have support for Altivec, like really? Like that's like 1992. What the hell is wrong with you? Anyway, continue.
Yeah, so it's still there, but that's like I said, that's a pre-dev kit because the same thing Nintendo did back in the past. They give people what happened is you have the architect system, as Mr. T says, so you could do your games, and then once you finalize it, you could transfer it over and then work the full-fledged of the game. But you could get your ideas, you would get your basic mechanics and physics going with this system.
Hey, does Nintendo know the answer to why some of their fans will beg and cry for a game for years, and then once that game finally comes out, they seem to not give a damn, like Star Fox? Because there were movements. There was movements to get Star Fox made, and
Nintendo cannot control the behavior of stupid people.
Do they understand that mentality? Does that make sense to them?
I don't. Okay, I'll tell you this right here. I think he was joking, and I hope he was. He was like, because we talked about because when we went to the hotel room, we watched your video that you put up, Mr. T, and we were laughing at that. And he was like, "Yeah, you Americans over there, you guys come with so much argument for them." I'm like, the complexity problem. He said the complexity problem is like overrun more of Americans than any other country. I was like, hey,
because I mean, I can think of 3 games right now. Like, obviously, Devil's Third is one of them. Remember when there was rumors that Devil's Third wasn't coming? People, oh, you better. This is, I don't like Nintendo. See, this is what they, and now they're getting it. They're getting what they want. So, but
they know
Devil's
Third is dog shit now, man.
It now is trash, right? But then last year, I remember people crying for Fatal Frame 5. Oh my God, why isn't this game coming out in the U.S.? Well, it's coming. And I just don't see the fervor for it coming. And remember, there was a movement to get Star Fox and Zap-Zero. Well, you know what? You got 1 out of 2. And I just don't see the fervor and the happiness, the joy.
No, I gotta say, I love all the people that were like, just give us Fatal Frame, even if it's digital only, it's fine. And now all of a sudden everyone's like, oh my God, it's only digital?
I remember that. Yeah, you're right.
Oh God.
How many videos just got deleted?
We talk about those Nintendo fans. We can't talk about them because we apparently are those Nintendo fans when other people want to talk about them.
Yeah.
So we gotta associate ourselves with them apparently.
Right. Time on deck is 21:15 EST.
Okay.
For y'all that don't know MLC time, it is 9:16 EST time. So I'm just giving you
set
guys
your
a
watches,
heads up.
everybody at home. What's that for?
because I mean, like I said, it's up to y'all what you want to talk about.
You guys can keep going. I'm just letting you guys know I'm about to dip out.
Oh, okay.
Shep, we can't really do that because if you drop out, it's gonna drop the whole thing.
Everybody's gone.
All right.
No,
So I'm gonna put it on mute then, and I might pop in here and there. Since I will
Actually, let's just go on and wrap up.
Okay.
Let's just go on and wrap up, and we'll just do the after party.
Sorry guys, you can blame it on me tonight. Meet Mail to Good Shepherd.
And next time we won't have a podcast where the host can only be on 10 minutes.
Happy wife, happy life, gents. That's all I have to say.
Dedicate your reply video to the Good Shepherd.
Yeah. If anything, I'll say to this, once I'll get some more information again when I go to the event they have September 10th at Reading, Washington, because I'm going up there, and I think I'll have my first Endcast 2 weeks after that. 'Cause I'll be back this Sunday, so I couldn't do it. So I'll talk more then for other people who want to ask more questions, because GVGI and you asked me like a ton of questions. I gotta answer his questions.
Real quick.
Answers to those.
I want to ask real quick. What is it in the Japanese DNA to where they don't see that it's a benefit to fire people? No, I'm being serious because that's the last thing they want to do. And I'm thinking of like Gunpei Yokoi with the failure of the Virtual Boy, even though it mostly wasn't his fault because Nintendo rushed him to put that thing out. Even with him, they didn't fire him. They do what Japanese businessmen gave him a wall office. Basically,
yeah,
he was still in the company, but he wasn't doing much.
No, it's a culture thing, Ms. D. Because not only Nintendo, a lot of, like you just said, a lot of business.
I mean, Japanese company. That's what I mean.
That's what I said. There are a lot of companies over here. These guys don't do nothing, but they still pay them. It's a business. It's a culture. It's not a.
You understand that this affects people's lives and well-being.
Yeah.
You can't just can somebody.
The Japanese, they see your failure as their failure. Like if you're in their company and that's why they don't want to just let you go, because that is an embarrassment to them as a whole.
The only way that they will cut you if they make a sporadic drop in their money, which is common sense, and if your talent has you're not needed no more, like a real not needed anymore.
Or if you get in a podcast and be talking about stuff you shouldn't be talking about.
I don't work for Nintendo.
I don't mean you. I mean that one guy.
One dude.
Yeah. No.
Oh, that guy. Yeah. Well, you know what? You know what? You're right. They did fire.
Real.
They did to give you a quick. They did fire the people who leaked the Street Fighter stuff for Smash. They did fire those guys.
Yeah.
Because when you go through those doors, you getting pat the frig down.
Like. Yeah, I mean, as they should have fired those guys. I mean, you can't. That's stupid. What benefit?
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, but like I say, if you don't have I'll talk to you guys. I mean, I'm still here. It's morning time. I'm chill. So like I said, Chef, you gotta go ahead, and Jay, you guys do your thing that you normally do.
Yeah, we can do the after party. Sorry, guys. All right, well.
We'll be on Showtime, Gamers at Large at night, at dark. After dark.
All right, we're gonna do our sign-offs, and everybody pimp out what they gotta pimp out. I'm starting on the far left. Esteemed Jamie Butterworth. What's good?
Oh, what's up, guys? Be sure to check out my channel, Butterworthy. I'm going to get a video up as soon as I can, but I don't know when that'll be, so just bear with me.
Cool beans. Mr. J. Fleming.
All right, guys. It was a good podcast. Don't forget to check out the Gamers at Large podcast. We put up a lot of stuff on the channel. There is actually a J&T's Fresh Take on that channel if you want to check that out.
Check it out.
And be on the lookout for some more gameplay and stuff like that.
Cool, cool. Mr. T.
All right, fools. Great podcast as usual. I got a couple videos coming out. One is about the what is it? One's called "This Gaming Community Needs an Enema," and you can probably guess what that's going to be about.
That's a beautiful title. I'm a favorite it already.
And the other is talking about fandom and why it's okay to be a fan. So that's it. But yeah, great cast, and see you fools next time, and play Nintendo, fools.
Word. And Duo Liger.
Like I said, my next podcast will basically entail more stuff, of course, but that'll be like 2 weeks from now. So that's the farthest shot I could give you guys because I'm traveling. But you know what? Hey, it is what it is. I do have a video talking about what Mr. T just said. It's called Two-Face. Check it out because it's just crazy how, like Mr. T said, and Butterworth, he said, like, the Star Fox just came out. Everybody's bitching about the graphics and all that stuff, and to me, when I played it, it's pretty good. So I don't know what y'all arguing about, but check out that video. That's all I can tell you.
You know, I'm just about convinced. This is trailing off here. I'm just about convinced that the Star Fox we saw this year is the same Star Fox demo they showed the press last year.
Yeah, the same demo. Yeah, I've been saying that. Yeah.
I believe it, honestly.
Well, what I played looks great, so I can't. Like I said, I'm an art style kind of gamer, so it stunned me. So again, it's preference. I can't argue people's preference.
Honestly, I think you played a different build. But that's a different conversation. Either way, the game's gonna be.
I think,
stop hating.
Yeah. It's here.
And Shadow. Oh, sorry.
Hey, I am no longer the Road Ninja K9 Descent. I am the king of the South of Logic, full of a happy heart of elitism, full of mega real gamers. And if I can take it out of context, anyone can. Let's go.
Ow. Okay. Oh. And, I am the Good Shepherd, and I actually only played Splatoon twice during this whole cast, which is amazing for me. I'm notorious for playing games during the cast. Sorry, but I didn't this time.
I was playing Smash.
Okay, good. I feel better now.
Yeah. But
hey, at least you didn't drop us like last time, right, Mr. T? Dropped us out.
Yeah, I'm glad we got you fools full attention for the cast.
Yeah, so I actually paid attention this time. So
look at that gaming and shit.
I'm proud of myself. Even though we're gamers, we should be playing games.
Yeah.
Anyways, this is Good Shepherd. More content coming from Gamers at Large. More content coming from me. You heard what the guys got up to offer. I'm sure the others who aren't here have material as well. Much love. Game on.
Vicky, where you at?